Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a pick a card about starseeds, so hopefully you're still interested in them. It is a topic I am thoroughly interested in and have written a book about from my astral traveling and adventures, meeting and discovering a lot more starseed species. Let me give you some background knowledge about starseeds. And I am cleansing my area thoroughly because I'm going to channel with 3 starseeds today. 3 races. One of them you will know about. 2 of the others you may not know about. And there's like 350 confirmed species throughout our universe. This is just this universe. There are so many other universes out there. It's not funny. Okay, let me put that down for a minute. Alright, so let me tell you a bit about starseeds. Starseeds live within our 88 star constellations within this universe. And then there's parallel universes. There's other universes not yet discovered. There's so many unknown. There's like 6,500 species. Dante Santori's book, Alien Species, is a lot of where I did a lot of my research from. And it's just amazing there. I've only discovered 350, so there's still 6,500 out there. As you can imagine, that is a lot and a lot of work to people to map and discover in this lifetime, okay? This is just my prequel book. So this has got the 350 confirmed in it. So there's still a hell of a way to go. And this is available on Amazon, link in bio if you'd like to read more about it, about the species, okay? And I do have some free information and updated species on my website, starseedorigins.webs.com. So, sorry, my throat chakra wants to close. It's like someone wants to stop me from talking, but I ain't stopping. All right, so I've put starseeds into 3 categories. There's bad or evil, because Draconians, reptilians, they all want to take over the universe. They want to be the kings of the universe. They want to rule the universe, okay? So they're the bad. And then there's neutral, which we have the Fae, the Crystal Fae, the Mantis, there's so many that are neutrally based. So that means they're not for good, they're not for evil. They're just doing their own thing, living their life and staying neutral in their own lane. Some of them can be swayed and will fight if they need to choose. They can choose to fight on good or evil side. But most of them are just doing their thing, getting on with their lives and living their lives, okay? So they're neutrally based. And then we have the good, which is all of the human beings, all of the starseeds that came down to Earth and are helping humans evolve and awaken. They're the good, and there's a lot of them as well. I did get the final count. So there's 37 bad. There is 87 good, so for humankind. And there's 95 neutral. So 95 still can come on our side, but they choose to stay in their own lane and do their own thing. But, so it's good. It's a good thing that we outnumber them by a lot. So that's very positive, okay? But the reptilian army is very powerful. I ummed and ahed about even channeling with them because they are that, just evil. And I don't like evil. I'm a light and love person. I don't like egotistical people. I don't like power hungry people. I don't like that sort of energy. It's still giving me the heebie-jeebies even thinking about it. But I think it's fair that their voice is heard, and I think it's fair that they have a say in, because this video is about, speaker card is about starseeds. It's like, hello starseed, where are you from? And you could, rightly so, have lived a reptilian or evil starseed life. You never know. And you may have transformed. You may be like, no, I'm light and love. I never could have been evil. You never know where you come from. You never know what traits you have. There's so many different traits within the reptilian army, and there's just so much. There's so much to explore. So yeah, and a bit about that. So there's bad, neutral, good, and the reptilians are continuously fighting this war. There is a governing council looking over Earth called the Council of the Five, run by the Anunnaki, I think. I did a pick a card on this. How am I forgetting? It's been a while since I've touched on starseeds, okay? pretty sure it's the Anunnaki, but there's 5 starseed races that are really powerful and strong and for humankind, and they run the council of the 5 and they govern the protection of Earth, which is very positive for us, and they are very highly protected by other species as well. Okay, so they govern Earth, and the reptilian army have to follow what they say, and they have to follow their rules basically, or they get punished, in trouble. So, you know, the Draconians or the reptilian army are always trying to find a way to come in and take control of the universe, but they're currently controlled by the Council of the 5. So that's good. It's very positive, and a lot of humans, mankind, are awakening. You know, awakening from their 3D sleep, as we call it, and awakening to their 5D lives, and living from a transforming from fear and ego into 5D living. So that's very positive as well. So what this pick a card is about, and if you like this pick a card, let me know, and I will channel more, and I will do more readings like this, because I'm quite happy to. I love this topic. It is very exciting for me. Yeah, love it. So if you'd like more videos like this, let me know. So this pick a card is about finding out if you don't know what starseed race you're from. Remember, you could have lived multiple starseed lives as well. So it's like channeling also. So I'm channeling with a reptilian, I'm channeling with a neutrally based starseed, and I'm channeling with a good starseed as well for mankind. And what I want you to pick a card is, and choose with your instincts, choose what you're drawn to. Remember, because this is finding out if you are from that starseed background, or if you are have traits from that. Remember, because within our starseed lives as well that we've lived, we carry those traits into from life to each life that we've lived, and we still carry them with us today. So even if you are found that you are resonating with the reptilians, with the evil side, don't worry about it. Maybe you were evil in your past and now you've transformed, which is a very positive thing. So you've learned, you've changed, and change is always good. Okay, so what I want you to do, I want you to now do some breath work with me. I want you to have some water or a drink so you're nice and relaxed. I want you to have a pen and paper so you can write this down, because we will be channeling and finding out lots of interesting information about their name, what they do, their traits. They might drop other names, things like that. And we're going to find out if you have any unhealed trauma that you need to heal as well to help you grow within this lifetime, okay? So let me jump into the groups now, okay? So group 1, I do have crystals as well. So I'm going to do a close-up of the crystals first. We have black tourmaline, rose quartz, and citrine. Now you're in a grounded state. What are you drawn to first? So you're going to have 2 piles. You're going to be drawn towards crystal, and you're going to be drawn to emotions as well. So they moved as I did that. Black represents fear, ego, power, control. Do you resonate with those traits? Power, control, ego, fear. That's group 1. That's black tourmaline. Group 2 represents neutrality, so a neutral state, light, love, equality. Pink represents neutrality, light, love, equality. Our orange stone represents peace, harmony, happiness, awakening. I will go over them again. Group 1, the black stone, ego, fear, control, power? Do these emotions sit with you in your human life? Group 2, neutrality, light, love, equality. Do those emotions sit with you in your human life? Group 3, peace, harmony, happiness, awakening. 1, 2, or 3. What are you drawn to? Don't just choose a color. Sit with the emotions. Are you portraying those emotions in your everyday human life that you're living? What represents you right now as a human being the best? That's your group. That's the group you want to go with. I'll see you in your reading. Much love. Group 1, hello and welcome to your reading. You're currently living a life controlled by power, control, ego, and fear. You're trying to protect yourself with the black tourmaline. And I chose black tourmaline because I wanted an extra layer of protection for myself. And it's funny that I also have my Archangel Michael charm, because he is my main guide, sitting here watching over me. Because it's going to be quite hard for a person, especially with light and love in their heart and who lives in light and love, to give their energy and power over to someone from the dark. And I even ummed and ahed about doing this, but I think it's fair that they are represented. Look how anxious I'm getting and rubbing my hands together. They are represented too. I will not let their energy linger. I have a lot of good light and love, and I will say a prayer so you're protected as well before I start channeling with them. But I think it's fair that their voices are heard. And I actually picked a bad, we'll call them bad, I don't like the word evil, a bad reptilian species that you may not know a lot about, and they actually called to me, so I decided to work with them. So I think there's already one lingering, and it has been lingering for a few hours waiting to connect, but we're going to say our prayer, we're going to connect, and then we'll jump into the channeling. Make sure you've got a drink. I actually don't have one, so I'm going to have to pause this video again. Make sure you have a pen and paper ready, because we're also going to learn about any unhealed trauma that you need to heal in order to heal any unhealed trauma within your life that you're living now. And you may want to, you may resonate with these, not only these emotions, because you picked this group, you're chasing power and control constantly. You're chasing, success in life, fake media, social media lifestyles. You want to be successful, and there's nothing wrong with success, don't get me wrong, but the way you're going about it is wrong. You think you just deserve it. A lot of you're living from an egotistical point of view, and a lot of you are also afraid to jump in and do the hard work, because you need to do hard work in order to gain the success. I think this is what the universe is trying to teach you here. You're just not going to be handed it. It's not going to be handed to you. You need to work for it, okay? That is the message here. And you need to stop living in such an egotistical point of view. You need to let go of that ego. You are living in our 3D world, and you're like, well, how do I get into a 5D state of mind? I do have playlists about how you step into, I think it's under the title Awakening, how to step into your 5D life, okay? Because that's what you need to do more. You need to be thrust forward into your 5D life. But enough about that. That's why you picked black tourmaline. If you've got a piece of black tourmaline, please go get it. If you've got sage, light it, because this might be a heavy reading. I'm hoping it's not. But I think it's fair that their voice is heard too. Okay? So, Archangel Michael, Universe, Victoria, my guide, ancestors and angels, please protect me with a array of white light and love. Please protect our viewers at home watching this group. And please let me connect with the reptilian species known as Betelgeuse. And please don't let them linger after I've finished with them. Please let them come through and let their voice be heard. but please don't let their power overtake. Please keep us safe in light and love, and please just let their voice be heard and not let their energy linger or overtake. When I ask them to leave, please help guide them back out of my energy and into their own. Amen. All right, so let's start by letting you know about the Betelgeuse. So we are channeling with the Betelgeuse. They are part of the reptilian army, and I have pinpointed it here. So they come from the constellation Orion. So Orion's belt, I'm sure you've heard of. Betelgeuse, and they're from Orion, as I just said. They have been around for about 500 years, and they're observers, okay? The ship shape is circle, so it's a typical UFO shape. So they observe and explore. So as I said, this is why you're resonating with this, because you know power, control, success, ego, fear. This is very common to the Betelgeuse army. The draconian, I'm getting so nervous. Look at me fidgeting. The draconian warlords actually send them out to the universe, kind of like a hunter. Picture a hunter trying to find trying to find dinner. So they're out in the universe trying to scope and find that prey for the draconian people to take over, because the draconians army is all about control and command. They want to control the universe, the entire universe, but they can't because they're controlled by the Council of the Five. But they do have people working for them, okay? And the Betelgeuse are just that. There are pictures on Google as well if you'd like to Google them. So observing and exploring is their goal in life. Power, control, ego, fear. They love when they catch a prey and they send word back to their draconian leaders, and they can go out and conquer that world. Does that make sense? You're trying to conquer your success. You're trying to do it. You think you just deserve it when the universe wants you to work for it. I'm trying to relate this back to you as much as possible because you did pick this group, and you're probably thinking, yeah, that does sound like me. Yeah, I picked this group for a reason. Yes. I like to think there's an equality when it comes to good and bad, but mostly with the draconians, they are mostly bad, but some of them can transform and want to transform. When I actually visited the planet Draco, when I was doing my astral traveling, I'm getting so nervous. I was showing 3 different levels of evil, of bad. There was like in 3 layers. There was like the killers, murderers who had no remorse at all. Then they had like the explorers and the one that hunted the prey. They do have a little bit of remorse because they don't like doing the killing themselves, but they still are bad because they do hunt that prey in the first place. And then you just have the, they're bad, but they don't do any killing or hunting or anything like that. They're just bad because they are a bit of a rebel and childlike rebelness energy. So that's the kind of energy I was shown when I did channel with the draconian people. So the Betelgeuse are in the middle. They're number 2. They are the hunters. They are the observe and explorers. Hunters to their prey. Okay? They are also known as the large-nosed greys. So the greys, or the zetas, or the tall whites, I do have a note on them that I'm going to read you as well. So they are part of the grey families, but they're an extension of the grey families. Where is it? That's the lionesses. I'm going to do them for the next one. I have bookmarked all these, but there's so much. So much. Okay, so Gemini constellation, Zeta or tall white. So this is like think of them as cousins, if you will, okay? Protect and guide. So that's what I mean. There's good and bad. See what I mean? Even though the Zeta or the tall whites are evil, they do try and promote peace as well. So that's kind of good. See what I mean? There's positive. Not everything's bad. You maybe think, oh my God, I was a bad starseed. Maybe you were. But you were related to tall whites, the Zetas. So that means not everything bad is within you. You do have good within you. That's where the transformation can change. Lessons learned, people change. You see what I mean? They've been around for 1,000 years. That's why I said, like, the beetle guys are a distant cousin to the tall whites. The ship shape is typical round as well. That doesn't surprise me. And the Zeta are the original of the cloned grey, also known as the tall white. So that means the cloned species. So the beetle guys are a cloned species of the greys. So the Draconians, when they capture planets, they actually enslave people and mate with their people, and then they get crossbreeds. Do you know what I mean? So a new subspecies is born because of the cross mating. So whoever's captured, female or male, there's all different reproductive systems within different universes. They mate and they make a new subspecies. So the Zetas are a subspecies of the Draconians, and the beetle guys are a subspecies of the tall whites. So they're not all bad, even though they're projected and they fight for the bad side, in a sense. They're hunters. They come from guardians of peace. So there's always chance that they could change. But right now, I've given you some background on them, so now you know who we're channeling and who they are. I'm going to grab my crystal for protection and my Archangel Michael pendant. Have your pen and paper handy, and let's start our channeling. I'm going to light more sage, so if you see me do that, just know that my sage has gone out and I need to light more. Okay, beetle guys, who has been lingering in my energy for the last couple of hours and who's trying to connect? Let me know your name. Let me know you're happy. I'm happy for you to connect with my energy and the people's energy at home. But you need to go once I say you need to go. You cannot outstay your welcome. And my guides will not let you outstay your welcome. I'm getting hot immediately, like a hot chest. I think it's just my anxiety. All right, who are you? What's your name? Matthias. So he's male. Matthias, M-A-E-T-A-E-U-S, Matthias. Matthias, are you a typical beetle guys? Do you hunt and observe the universe looking for draconian planets that they can take over? He's got a really husky voice. Like, I'm drawn to the octopus character on Pirates of the Caribbean. It's like really husky like this. That's how he talks. Like, that's how it is in my mind's eye. So picture that, and that's how he's talking to me. Really, like, slow and exaggerated, just like this. And it's really creepy, but I don't feel scared from him at all. So I'm highly protected. Matthias, I'm going to let you speak. Do you promise to not linger in the energy? And I'm getting tingles all over my body. What do you want the people to know at home? Are you in this timeline now? Because remember how timelines work, guys. Past, present, and future all coexist at the same time. Past version of you is still coexisting in the past. Future you is coexisting in the future. Present you is still functioning right now in the present. So are you of this timeline? Are you in the present or are you a past? Because I want to find out who their past Starseed life was, and is there any unhealed trauma. Like I'm getting choked. He's from the past. Past memories will be awakened, he's saying. Past memories to awaken. Oh, why does it feel I'm getting choked? Okay, can you please take that sensation off my throat? Thank you. You need to respect my energy. Thank you. Okay, I'll let you speak now. Past memories need to be awoken. What do you want to awaken? What do you want the starseeds that you are watching this, that connect with you, what do you want them to know? So you were them as a past life. Aspects of your life lay within you from your past to the present. You have past memories to awaken of the starseed life that you lived. Lots of brutal killings. This may be triggering for some people. I can control this energy, which is good. Being respectful of that, so that's good. This may be triggering for some people, so take your energy off my throat, please. Thank you. I'm not a threat to you. I'm just relaying your message. I'm helping relay your message. Thank you. This may be triggering for some people, so if you don't want to hear about this, please skip forward or switch off now. But this is part of your message you need to hear. Okay, keep going. Brutal killings, brutal slayings, ships lost in the journey, in the night sky. We hunted for millions of millennia. How is that possible when you've only been around for 500 years? Time works different in space. There is no timeline. There is no time. Time is an illusion. Time does not exist. Thousands of millennia have been lived. Past memories need to be awoken. Trauma has endured. The demons in your head take you back to memories and times of your past. For some of you, this hasn't even happened to you in this lifetime, but it lingers dormant from the past that you have lived. You were a Betelgeuse captain. Some of you in my army. Some of you fought alongside me. Captain Matthias, I am. I still coexist in the past, thousands of millennia, a long time ago. I hunt and do as the Draco told me. But not all is bad. Not all is evil. We just get this overwhelming command and our lives are threatened. We get killed if we don't do as we're told. That's really sad. That's really sad, Matthias. I'm sorry that you had to experience that kind of torture, that kind of control, that kind of power-hungry savagery, because that's what it feels like, power-hungry savagery. That's why I went for your throat. I did not know whether you were a threat or not. You could be a threat to me. It is risky even talking to you. The Draco find out, we lose our life. We cannot let the Draco secrets out. That's okay. You don't need to tell me your secrets. We just want your voice to be heard. We want to give you a chance to be heard and, you know, let your voice be heard. Is there anything you want to say to the people at home watching besides what you've already said? What else would you like to say? I'll let you channel again. Thank you for letting me control this channeling. Many lives lost. The virtue gained. The Draco Empire grew. What? You don't need to be on my throat again. I'm not a threat to you. I'm not a threat. It's like a tentacle going around my throat slowly and getting really hot. and it's like choking. I'm even going red, look. Wow, so hot. We need to be silenced. We can't say our words. We get killed if we voice our concerns. We are enslaved even though we are in control. There is good within evil, evil within good. The Draco just want to control the soul. They control us. We control others. We control many. We do not kill. We just hunt and explore. We are bad. We do not have the perception of bad. We are controlled. We do not want to lose our lives. We are controlled. We are controlled by the reptilians. We are controlled. Okay. We get that you're controlled, and I'm sorry you're controlled. That's quite a hard way to live. It feels really brutal, feels really deep, feels really hard. Feels like some of you just want to break out and live a different life, but you have no control, as you say, and you just do as you're told and do your missions. Yes, that's all we do. Hunt and gather, hunt and gather. Thousands of millennia, hunt and gather. Destroy planets, destroy lives, conquer and move on, conquer and receive. Conquer and receive. Have you ever thought about rebelling and going to the Council of Five with your Betelgeuse army and just saying you don't want to live like this, you don't want to know, because we don't have the perception of bad. We don't feel bad. We don't kill. Don't you think that by seeking out prey that you are a part of that killing though? No, we don't have the perception of bad. We just do as we're told. We are under control. That's really sad. I wish there was a way that, you know, you could have a more of a voice and become more of an evolved species, and because I can see the good in them, I can see the innocence in them, even though that may be a harsh way to explain it, but they come from guardians. Remember, they're a subspecies of good. So within this darkness, even though they have no perception of bad and they are controlled this way, maybe the Draconians have even removed that part of the brain so they can't have logical thinking to perceive what they're doing is bad. That's how they're controlled. So I wish there was a way that they could get that control back and have a more peaceful life. They sound like they just want a peace and be neutral and just coexist. But they're thrust into this control, this way of life and living, and it's really sad. It's really sad that this is happening. Mateus, is there any more you want to say? Because I'm letting your voice be heard. See, I knew it wasn't... I was anxious to do a Draconian because I have channeled with a Draconian before, but my guides actually connected me with a 3rd level Draconian because they knew I didn't think I could tackle a level 1 Draconian, which is kill and destroy. So now they're leveling me up with a level 2 Draconian who is hunter and gatherer. So I'm kind of, that's how much I've evolved as a reader. I can obviously handle level 2. Don't know if I can choose handle level 1 yet because I just don't like pure evil. But they are controlled by pure evil and it's not fair. Mateus, is there anything else you want to say to your audience? There is not much to say. Our lives are ordinarily lived. I am in control of the army. We have no perception of bad. We are controlled. We cannot change. We are who we are. We are feared. We are feared by many. We do take control. We do conquer. We do destroy. There's not much more to say. Is there any trauma you feel that you've experienced during your Starseed life as a Betelgeuse that, you know, the people that may have experienced yourself's energy or your life as a subspecies, or even within your Betelgeuse army's regiment? Is there any trauma you've experienced, specific trauma or a moment you can think of that people need to heal now and help with their everyday lives? Past memories need to awaken, need to remember who you are, need to remember where you come from. And how are they going to do that? They need to awaken those memories. They need to remember who they are. They need to remember where they come from. They need to remember their power. They are under control as well. Even though they may not think they are, something is controlling them. The need to succeed, the need to be successful, the need to live a good life. They don't appreciate what they have. They are very materialistic. Little things that matter. We are controlled. We can't have a say. We can have a say with you. Thank you for letting us have a say. We are very controlled. I need to go now before I am discovered. I can't talk anymore. Whew, wow. 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 Thank you for talking with us, Matthias. I really appreciate your energy. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your time. They obviously are a very, even though they are level 2 draconians, they hunt and gather and destroy. They are heavily controlled by draconian army, and if they were even caught out, he was risking even talking to us, connecting to us today. But the Betelgeuse, I don't think all of them are evil. They come from peace. They were made from a subspecies of peace. So I think some of them, even though they don't have the perception of bad, they don't know logically what they're doing. They are controlled. This kind of goes back to your emotions that you're feeling within the start of this video. Oh, my throat is so sore. Power, control, ego, fear. That's exactly that. Everything that the Betelgeuse are. And that's everything that is portrayed here in this video from Captain Matthias. And he was risking his life to even come and speak to you, speak to us. And he's been lingering in my energy for some time now. And I've been very apprehensive to bring him through because I thought it would just be pure evil. But it wasn't. It was quite a lovely experience, if you ask me. I had control the whole time, even though he felt threatened and did go for my throat a few times. I did feel at ease, and I could feel the good within the bad. I have evolved definitely as a reader, and I think this is the point that he's getting through with you, that you're trying to live a false life. You're trying to live or keep up with the Joneses in a sense. You're trying to have the best of everything. You're trying to be successful, which, again, nothing wrong with that, but you're trying to live a life that's false. You're trying to live a life that's you're not destined for, or the way you're going about it is very egotistical or very fearful. It's either one or the other. You're either like bragging or you're either scared and something's holding you back. I think for a lot of you, it's the first one, egotistical, and you have, maybe some of you have had some achievements and now you're like, look at me, I've got this money, I've got this success. And there's nothing wrong with bragging in a sense, but there's a humble way of doing it. So I think, again, past memories need to awaken. If you have experience of dreams with the Betelgeuse, or they represent to you, Matthias may even try and contact you through your dreams or through signs, through the universe, because you have experienced this form of starseed, Betelgeuse starseed, within your starseed life, within one of your experiences. You've either lived that life as Matthias, been close to him or his family, or within his regimental army, or you have these traits as we're talking about. Maybe you're a different starseed and you've come across him, and that's why the memories need to awaken, and you need to remember that experience and heal those experiences that you've actually experienced with him from the past. It was quite a beautiful reading, even though he was a bad starseed. But we did learn a lot from it. I did learn a lot from it as well. I've now faced a level 2 draconian starseed, and even though they're not pure evil, they're under control. They don't know what they're doing. And you're under control by your forward notion of life and this need to succeed. You need to realize that materialistic items are not needed, are not required in this lifetime. If you start living from peace and love and light, watch the transformation happen for your life. Watch the universe provide for you. That's all I'm saying. That's what it comes down to. I can also do a starseed past life reading for you if you'd like to explore this option quite a lot more. But now I'm going to switch off this reading, get ready for group 2. And I hope you enjoyed my channeling with a Betelgeuse starseed. Take care of yourself. Let me know if you like more readings like this. Bye. Hello group 2, and welcome to your reading. Now, if you chose the emotions and the pink stone of why can't I say that word? Neutrality, light, love, and equality. So if you're just, loving yourself, doing your own thing, not really concerned about anything else in life, and rose quartz, you're attracted to rose quartz, this is the neutral stance you're taking in life. You're trying to build up your life. You're trying to just do your own thing, be independent. You don't have any good or bad vibes towards anyone, really. You are balanced. Do you know what I mean? You're balanced, and you don't necessarily like evil. You don't necessarily, fight for humanity or good. You're just happy doing your own thing, staying in your own lane and minding your own business. But if it came down to it and, you had to pick a side, you're more swayed to the light, to the good. Some of you, don't get me wrong, would go towards the bad side. But it just depends what stage of life you're in. I think you don't jump to anyone's beat call, or what do they say? You don't jump to the beat of a drum, whatever they say. You're very independent and you do your own thing and you're happy doing your own thing. But I think whoever represents, if you're like going to choose a side, whoever represents the best option or outcome kind of thing, that's the side you'll be swayed to take. Do you know what I mean? Like whoever produces the best manifest sort of thing, you will go and fight for that side. So because you do believe in good, but if evil represents a good plan to you, and you can be swayed by, the power of winning, the power of good, the power of equality, the power of the good in life, because you are just doing your own thing, minding your own business, living your own life, and not too concerned about what's going on in the world. Maybe you are, but it doesn't bother you too much. You're just happy living your own life and doing your own thing independently. And this is where rose quartz comes in, because it's full of self-love and you're full of self-love. And again, we'll be swayed by whoever puts up the best argument. That's what I wanted to say. Whoever puts up the best argument, that's where you will be led to. And pink quartz, this is your group. Now, there are many, many, many starseeds that are in the same bracket as you, okay? Some are good, some are bad. Some are just doing their own thing, living their life like you're doing. But those qualities, I still can't say this word. Neutrality, so a neutral stance, light, love, and equality, balance is what you strive for, and just doing your own thing, minding your own business, being very independent. I should have put independent in there. It's a very strong one to live. Now, as I said, there's many starseed races or origins that are actually in this neutral bracket, and more are swayed to fight for the human race. And the hell is that? There's like this spark of incense just rising. Oh, wow, that is so weird. I wish you could see this. It's like, I don't know what that is, but it's just like rising. Wow, that was weird. Okay, got goosebumps. There are many races that are actually in the neutral bracket and will fight for the good rather than evil, okay? So the Fae, we're doing a little Fae right now. It is a fairy, yes, but they're also a subspecies of fairies. So they are the Fae. Some of them are, and I chose a Fae because I was actually presented with a Fae transitional guide, and I have done a video about transitional guides in my playlist. I think it's under spirituality. Go check it out if you want to learn more about transitional guides. But transitional guides are represented to us when we need help in our lives. I was actually represented with a blue fairy, and her name was Flick, and she wanted me to believe in magic again. She wanted me to believe in myself once again, because I was going through a bit of a depression, a bit depressive state, and it was in a funk. I couldn't get out of this funk. And then she succeeded. She goes, I'll send you proof. And she sent 3 owls, not 1, not 2, but 3 owls into my windscreen while I was driving. Well, I wasn't driving, I was passenger. My fiance was driving, but 3 owls, which is my spirit animal, by the way. And the next day she sent a hawk. Last name is Hawthorne. Hawk, and Hawk was one of my spirit animals, not anymore, but Hawk into my windscreen. I'm like, okay, I'll get back into spiritual work. I will try and do it more. So yeah, I did a lot of research as well on Fae because I was very interested. I didn't know a heap about Fae, and I forgot they were in my Starseeds book. They do live in a parallel universe, so not within this universe, but they're very magical. They fly, as you know. They don't have an agenda at all, so they have no agenda at all. They're infinite, so they've been around forever. They don't have a shipshape because they transform and fly with their wings, and they don't have a base. So they're not out to kill or do anything. They're just living their own life, the best life, and getting on with their lives. As I said, like you, very independent little Fae, as you want to call yourself. Now, when I was writing this book, I actually channeled a friend of mine. Stacey connects me with another starseed of hers, Dean, who actually, one of his friends, I know that's a bit of a mouthful to wrap your head around. One of his friends was actually a Fae starseed. I'm going to read you this because this is fairly interesting of what they let me channel in my book. And the note is from a human descendant of the Fae. From my understanding and experience, and from my Fae family guidance, yes, Fae can live as a subspecies in other planets. Pleiades, for example, has a lot of Fae living there. But they don't just live as a subspecies and without their own planet. Fae lives in the 7th and higher dimensions, and it's difficult to say a specific Fae planet because it's more like a dimension, a whole universe just for them. I don't know how to explain this. It's like you can use a portal to enter their world. Portals everywhere. There are no other planets around their home because it's an entire place. Not like our solar system and how we know the universe. Fae can travel through portals and also experience life in other planets. They can go back to their own dimension whenever they need to. It will always be their home. And I remember my Fae home perfectly. It didn't feel like a planet. It felt like we were in a different universe. Fae is known in human mythology as magical short beings that fly. However, they are actually human-sized and are a cross with a humanoid appearance. They do fly, but aren't tiny. The Fae are not bad, but good-hearted and kind beings that believe in all things magic in all things magical and for the good of the human race. So that's pretty interesting. Fae live in the 7th dimension and higher. They're very independent. They can live in multiple universes and within different planets. They are magical and for the good of the human race. This is where Google research and the research from a Fae Starseed, who I actually was connected with, different. This is where the difference comes in, okay? Google says that the Fae are tricksters and you shouldn't tell them their name and you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that because you can get trapped and they're just bad. But we talked to a direct descendant of the Fae and she told us a totally different story. So is that a trickster? Is that real? What does your intuition tell you? Mine tells me when I met with my transitional guide Flick, the Blue Fae, that she wasn't bad. I got nothing bad from her. She wanted to reawaken me. She wanted me to remember my power and how magical I was, which I'd forgotten because I was going through this funk. And I'm getting such a pain where my gallbladder used to be. I got my gallbladder taken out and it's really sore there. I don't know why that just happened suddenly. But I've forgotten what I was saying now. Yeah. What does your intuition tell you about the Fae? Because you have picked this group. So you have magical qualities about you. You would have experienced a Starseed life as a Fae or as a fairy. Magical, mythological, very airy fairy, but very independent, very bold, very higher dimensional seeking, very, always for the good of humanity. I don't think that fairies or the Fae are bad at all. Some of them may be tricksters, but that may be a subspecies. And the Fae are a subspecies, but I don't think they're tricksters. Let me know your opinion in the comments. What do you think? I'm going to channel with a Fae now. Have your water ready. I'm going to have some. Have your pen and paper ready so you can write it down. And let's find out what the Fae wants us to know. Let's find out. Okay. We are opening up our energy to connect with the Fae, a fairy. Please connect with us from the earthly plane, if there is one here, or from the 7th dimension, your universe. Please come to us and share with our audience what you would like them to know, myself and them to know. Please also let me stay in control of this reading, and also know that we do not want a trickster fairy. We want someone with pure light and love, and we want to stay protected throughout this reading. Archangel Michael, guides, angels, ancestors, please help keep us protected during this reading. I'll now open up and allow a Fae to connect. One has come through straight away. What is your name? What is your name? Glenda, Gaia, Gaida, Gaida, G-A-I-D-A, Gaida. Okay, Gaida. Gaida presented to me as this burst of energy, like this flame. She was bright orange, her wings were huge, almost like a dragon's flame, but she's not bad. I get nothing bad from her. She is a bit confused about what she's doing here, so let's try and give her some reassurance. Gaida, how are you? I know you're confused because you've just come through a portal and you're in the earthly plane, which is very different to your dimension. What would you like people watching this to know? Why don't you believe in magic anymore? Magic has been lost from this world. the drive, the passion, the want, the need for a better life, self-belief. It is not there anymore. It is no longer possible in this world. Are you saying that a lot of people have given up hope? Yes. In our dimension, it's all about being free and light and love and playfulness and caring, and magic is alive. It's run rampant. It overtakes our senses. We do not sleep. We do not eat. We just live. Fun, happiness, magical times. I know that's your world you're explaining to us now, Guider. But how can that relate to the world we live in? We live in a very different world to what you live in the 7th dimension. How are you trying to connect the dots for our audience here? What do you want them to know? You want them to be more carefree. Remember who they are, power. They were once a fae, maybe distant cousins to me. They chose to reincarnate into the being that they are now. But they're sad. They live their life not eternally. They chose to give up their magic. They chose to leave this realm. They were seeking adventure, and adventures were foretell. She's talking in rhymes a lot. Is that just the 7th dimensional language? Yes, we are very carefree. We do not have responsibility. We do not have the same as your world. We are just magical beings, having fun, living our lives, going about our day and night. But we have no time either. We just have magic and fun. And I don't understand why they'd want to leave that. Why would you want to leave such a magical world, a magical place, and come and experience something sad? You're always sad. Why are you always sad? It's like you're never happy. You were always happy as a fairy. Always playing and having fun too. And now you're just sad. All the time. We see it in our world, we do. Oh my god, the rhymes. Okay. I'm sorry, she's telling me off for laughing at her. I'm sorry, I do not mean to be disrespectful. It's just, the rhymes are very cute and innocent, childlike. They remind me of like a childhood poem or something. That's how they remind me. Like, this is how this energy is represented as very carefree and childlike and playful and whimsical. But they're saying, she does want to say she doesn't understand why you'd give up such a magical, beautiful world, high dimensional, vibrational life. It's like your magic was broken in a sense and you wanted more of a challenge. So some of you actually did give up your fairy life and chose to reincarnate, because there was this great big call for people to come and awaken human beings, okay? Council of the Five put out a worldwide universal message across the universe to different starseed races to reincarnate and give up their lives and come and help human beings awaken. And a lot of the fairies chose to do this. Maybe it was the magic behind them. Maybe some of them were just wanted new adventures or think they could use their magic to just magically make you magic in this world. But our world is so different to the fairy world and other worlds. There's no concept of time. There's no concept of government. There's no concept of money or currency or free will within those worlds. And a lot of other starseeds don't understand that. Don't understand why we've put such harsh realities on the world that we're living now within our own existence. They don't understand why we do that to ourselves. That's why she keeps saying, you're always sad, you're always sad. Obviously, you're going through some hardships within your own life. So we'll try and ask Gaida to explore that a bit more and ask her if she can help you understand them, what you need to do a bit more, okay? Gaida, what can you tell the people watching this? What do you want them to know about the life they're living? Can you give them any advice how to help them? What can you say to them to help them? They need to heal. They need to remember why they came to this earth in the beginning. But it's like they're wearing a mask. It's hard for them to remove the mask when they don't remember who they are or why they came here. Once they choose to remember why they came here, then they will actually awaken and remember why they came. Remember why they chose to give up their family. It's so hard to keep up with her. She's like a child speaking, literally. I'm trying to word it properly. And she talks like really, really soft and really slow, like a child. And they need to remember why they came here in the first place. And once they do, they will awaken and remember what they're supposed to do. And once that happens, it will be different. And they will remember why they came here. And that's how the voice is. And that's what I'm trying to deal with in my mind. Put it in my own translation. And oh, I'm very tired. Channeling's hard work. Takes a lot of energy. And I've got to work tonight. So we've got to get through this. Soldier on. This is what we're dealing with though. That's okay. Gaida, what else can we tell the people besides telling them they need to wake up and remember why they came here? That's their mission. That's what they need to remember. That's what they need to awaken to. Okay. So basically she's saying you need to try and awaken your memories. You need to awaken more. You need to remember why you came here in the first place. I can assist you with this. I can do a Starseed reading for you. I can help you unlock those memories, your Fae life that you've lived. I can help you do this. Awakening, you have to awaken your conscious. You need to remember the magical part of yourself, and you chose to give up that magical life to come here and help the people of Earth awaken and become magical beings and, you know, raise our vibration of the Earth, to change it from the way we're living, the government we're governed under, to the kind of age of Aquarius, as you will, the free will, 5D vibrational light and love situation. It's kind of like fairyland in a sense, from transitioning from draconian rule to fairyland in a sense. So I can do a Starseed origin reading with you and help you awaken those memories. You yourself can do lots of research on awakening and raising your own vibration, you know, by living from a place of light and love and not fear and ego. You need to do a lot of trauma healing, a lot of releasing, a lot of healing, a lot of letting go of the past, healing ancestral trauma, healing your own trauma, meditation. There is so much you can do to raise your own vibration, and that's what Gaida keeps getting back to, is you need to raise your own vibration in order to help yourself and help your own life. This is what she keeps repeating over and over again. And I will try and steer her back on course and try and get some more messages. But it's very hard when she's focused on such a, you know, the same topic. Gaida, is there anything else you can tell the people about what they need to do to help heal themselves? Or do you want to talk about anything else, or your land where you live in, where you travel to, things like that? What do you want to talk about? I'll let you talk about what you want to talk about. I'm getting so itchy. She doesn't like this world. She's finding it quite hard to be here. She doesn't understand why she's here. She really doesn't like the emotions that it portrays. We do not feel emotions. We do not have emotions. We are always happy. We are always high vibrational. We are always light and love. You are sad. You need to not be sad. You gave, again, same topic. You gave up your life to be here. Stop being sad. Start living. God, can you tell me about your world a bit more? How do you travel? Do you travel to different places? What else do you want the people to know? I mean, there has to be more than just you telling them they need to awaken, because I think they understand now that they need to awaken and they need to remember who they are. I'm getting a sore jaw. It's like she doesn't want to talk anymore. It's like she's getting closed off. Oh, my jaw hurts. There has to be more. When it comes to the war of the Draconians, oh, my throat hurts. I think my throat still hurts from the beetle glass interview, but I did have a break in between and I have sage. We can fix that with magic. We always fight for humans and we'll always be on the right side. Some of the Fae are tricksters, you are right. But we banish them from our world, from our universe. And we don't let them inside. There goes the rhyming again. How come you rhyme? Is that just the way you talk? It's just the way we talk. We like to talk like that. We're playful and whimsical and fun. Very childlike energy, very carefree and very whimsical. Of course, silly, we are fairies. What do you expect? But we can fight. We are powerful. We do not neglect. And we will not neglect. That's why so many choose to come here and help the human beings evolve. But you are sad. You are lost. You are depressed. And I don't like these emotions. You need to be bold. You need to be foretold. I can't even find anything to rhyme with that because it's just such a heavy emotion. I don't know why you let it control you. I don't know why you let this fear drive your world. Because there's so many beautiful things in this world that you need to explore. Yet you're not. Just go outside and look at the sunshine. Look at the clouds. Look at the birds. Look at nature. Look how beautiful it is. Breathe it in. Look at the sun rays shining through the clouds. Look how pretty it is. Just take a breath and step out. Yeah, you sit inside and you mope. You gave up being a fairy to be like this. Why? What was the point? That is not a point. You need to remember your magic. Remember who you are. Get back to being kind and fun-loving. Not living in a jar. I literally got a Tinkerbell in a jar then. Like she references Tinkerbell in a jar. I know you can be fun. I know you can. Really, it's true. Fairies are fun. You were once fun. You were magical like me too. The rhyming. I can't. It's okay. Sorry, keep going. You asked for me to be here. Why do you laugh at me? I'm not 3. I'm not young. I don't understand why you're laughing at me. I don't mean to laugh at you. I'm apologizing. I do not mean to offend. And please continue. I'll step back now. You need to remember your light and love and not be so heavy too. And let go and remember who you are. You're magic. You come from pure magic. You are pure magic. Just like the moon and the sun on your earth, your stars. We all come from stars. We're all created from the stars. We all came from the Big Bang. And we're all energy that evolved and came here because you chose. You did choose to. Why did you choose to? If all you are is sad. It makes me really mad that you're sad because you were really happy as a fairy. But maybe you got bored. But we don't have emotions as fairies. We're always happy and loving and lighting and magical. So I don't understand why. I'm very confused. But you need to be happy again. You need to find your way. You need to remember that you're pure magic. And there's no more rainy days. I am pure magic. So are you. You were my fairy player? What do you mean fairy player? You come from magic too. Okay. Why the interruption? Sorry, my daughter just interrupted my recording, and Gaida got quite offended because she doesn't believe in magic at all, or tarot cards or anything, so she's quite upset that I'm laughing at her. I don't mean to laugh. It's just very childlike. It's like a naughty little innocent 3-year-old, and it's like, hee hee hee. That's how it reminds me. It's very cute, like innocent. I'm not offending. I'm just, yeah, okay. Gaida, back to you. You need to remember your magic too. You are a fairy player, like my family, and you need to get back to remembering your magic, where you come from, and you need to be awake. Not be sad, not willow, not be fake. Remember your magic. Even when you're sad, you can be magical. Even though this world doesn't have magic, sometimes it does. But it needs to believe, and it needs to be reawakened. And only you can do that. Only you can make your magic happen, and only you can make you believe again, because you left our fairy realm, you left us to be here. And that's really all I have to say. I don't really have much more to say because I think I don't really like your world. It's not very nice, it's very mean, and it's ruled by the dark ones, and we don't like that. So not a lot of fairies come much more because it's getting darker and you're turning darker, and we don't like that. We just leave the portal closed. Some are brave enough to come. Don't get me wrong. I came here today, but I was very confused why I came. Maybe I was just curious and wanted to see. Maybe there's some life left and for you to believe in me. Whatever it is, I hope you can be awake once again. And I hope you can believe how magical you are, because once upon a time you did live your life like me, magical and free. And you need to find your way back to that once again, because you're drowning in sadness and it's not nice to see. But I'm going to go now because I've stayed long enough, and fairies don't really like the earthly realm because there's too much sadness and dust. Thank you for being here, Gaida. We really appreciate you bringing your energy to our earthly plane and connecting with us. And I think her lesson here is, she wants you to remember your magic. You were once a fairy in a starseed life, or you experienced aspects of your starseed life with the fairy realm as a light and love fairy, living light and love for the good of mankind. You chose to give up that to come here. And you've lost your way in our 3D world. Our world has overtaken your senses and emotions, and you've let it happen to you. You need to remember your power, step back into your power, and remember your source, where you came from, which was magic. You are a magical being. Once you awaken and do some research on how to reawaken, I can do a reading for you. I can reawaken your fairy memories. I can reawaken your starseed life if you wish. Soul origin reading, starseed reading, past life reading. We can explore them together. Just contact me. My contact link is in bio. But even Gladys said, you're miserable right now and you need to raise your vibration. Remember your source of magic. You come from magic, pure magic, and light and love. So that's why you're not coping on the earthly plane, because you don't know these emotions. They're foreign to you. So you're experiencing this hardship, this pain, and it's just like a never-ending cycle that goes on and on and on, because your fairy self is still living inside of you, and it's very confused as to why you're letting these earthly emotions overtake your life. It's as simple as that. Raise your vibration, reawaken the memories, gain control of your life once again. Remember why you came here in the first place. I'm going to close off this reading now, Group 2. I hope that helped you. I hope you enjoyed your reading from your Fae ancestors. Much love. Let me know if you like more readings like this as well. Bye-bye. Hello, Group 3, and welcome back. If you chose the citrine stone, which promotes positivity, happiness, joy, those kind of things, and you also picked these emotions: peace, harmony, happiness, awakening. I couldn't even read my own writing then. It's been a couple of days since we filmed. And it's coming back to me. So if peace, harmony, happiness, awakening all go hand in hand with the citrine stone. Citrine stone, naturally you are curious and going through an awakening of some sort, or you have just been through an awakening. Awakenings are pretty scary to people who don't know about them. It's basically your third eye wanting to open, your soul wanting to come out of its shell, in a nutshell, if you get that saying. It's wanting to expand and awaken your spiritual side of yourself. So we've got mental side, which is our brain, physical side. There's actually 4 elemental sides. I didn't even think of and I never include the 4th one. Wow, that's really bad. Mental, physical, emotional. Mental, physical, mental and emotional, same thing. Mental, physical, spiritual. I guess heart would go in physical, wouldn't it? Yeah, so it's all right. This is why they call me the blonde psychic, because I do lots of silly blonde things sometimes. Bear with me, okay? So your spiritual side is wanting to come out, is wanting to be reawakened. The spiritualism, or whatever you believe in, universe, God, whatever religion you believe in, may have always been present in your whole life. But now, and only now, have you been through, or are you being urged to go through an awakening, to reawaken those memories of your past, to reawaken your past lives, to remember who you are. Maybe there's lots of trauma from those lives as well, and you need to face, 1, who you are, and 2, what that trauma is, to actually clean that up. But you are very naturally a curious, peaceful, harmonious and happy person. This is why you would have been drawn to the orange, and it's kind of see-through as well. I was just looking at this. It's quite see-through. It looks like a bit of a lolly. You know those sherbets you get? It's kind of like that. And it has a line going through the middle, so this kind of represents your new and old life for me. Can you see that line running through it? I know my camera's not the best, I'm sorry. But it literally has a line running through it, and it looks like an ending, like you're crossing one chapter and beginning another chapter of your life, in a sense, if that makes sense. So your spiritual side is calling you. It's wanting to be reawakened. It's wanting to remember your starseed lives especially. So how our origin of life, or my origin of life theory works is you have your original life, so your first ever life. That could be a god, an angel, a founder starseed, could be anything, okay? You might be a really new soul or a really old soul. I'm quite an old soul. I've had lots of lives. So you have your origin life, And then you have your starseed lives, and you could have more than one starseed life. So that's pretty exciting within itself. And then after that, you actually have your human existence. Don't get me wrong, some starseeds can choose not to come down here and help us, but that's how the theory goes. Original life, starseed life, human lives, past life, to your present life. And you can be emotions. Sorry, you can be... Why do we keep talking about emotions? Are you guys going through something really emotional right now? Keeps bringing me back to the word emotions. 101 and 404 is relevant to you as well. Look up the spiritual meaning of those angel numbers, 101 and 404. Now I've lost track of what we were saying. Oh, even in your past lives, you can be an animal and you can be an object. You can be a clock, you can be a spoon, you can be a dog, cat, whatever. Whatever your soul wants to experience, it will lead the way and be experienced, okay? Your energy of being. Because each life that you live keeps its soul, obviously. But your energy of being, the energy of your presence, still lives on within another body. This is just a body. This is just a vessel. My energy of being and everybody's backstate to the dawn of time, the beginning of time, the Big Bang, when that happened, okay? And we're all made up of energy, and it's come from the stars. When we die, we keep our soul, and it can, our energy can choose to reincarnate into another life and experience another life. Or you can choose to just stay with it and go to the universe of the souls, and just live your life back in the energy, in the being, in the universe. We're born, we die. It's life. I'm getting off track here because I love that topic. I love the energy of being thesis, and I love the energy of being explanation. I could talk about it for a long time. So back to you, group 3, and why you chose this stone. You're naturally happy. You're naturally curious. You're naturally wanting to know who you are and what part you play in this world. You're very curious. You're asking why. And if you haven't watched the introduction of this video, go and watch it. It's about the Starseed Wars and good, bad, and neutral sides. So you chose pile 3, which is the good side. So the Starseeds that are fighting alongside and raising the vibration of the human beings. This is what you chose. This is naturally who you are. So you're either living your human life, as I already stated, or you were a Starseed and you chose to reincarnate here to raise the awareness of the conscious, of the awakening of the 5D life from 3D to 5D. But you could also just have met this Starseed we're going to talk about in one of your Starseed lives. You could have been this origin, you could have been this race. Or you're yet to meet them. You're yet to meet them. They could be in your future when we actually do have a galactic war, if it ever comes to that. Hopefully it never does. You might fight alongside these good Starseed races. My words are there. I'm having a blonde day today. My words are there. They're just not coming out here. But I'm sorry for ranting. So I was just explaining why your spiritual self was awakening, and I covered probably 20 other topics in this as well. But you were drawn to the citrine stone because you have lived a life or going to experience a life as or alongside the good Starseed races, okay? All right. So let's jump in. We're going to channel with a good Starseed origin, and I picked the Lionesses today. Lionesses is a range of, so this is my book, Starseed Origins. You can order it on Amazon if you like. And it talks about the 88 star constellations and the origins that live within those universes. Now, there's 6,500 Starseed species in the world, and I've only discovered 350 of them, and there's more and more coming out every day. So, fascinating. This and energy of being I could speak about for ages. But anyway, we're talking about the Lionesses today. Lionesses I met while we were astro traveling, and they're a bit of my favorite because I am a Leo as well, and they come from Leo, the Leo constellation. So I thought I'd pick some of my, I felt like saying homegirls or homeboys, but I don't talk like that, so that's very weird. Now, this Starseed has been lingering in my energy for a few days now. She let me know who she was a few days ago, and I've kind of been putting it off because I have been working quite a lot and I have been transitioning into a new job, so I've been a bit tired, so I've been putting this reading off, but I thought, nope, today's the day. I got the day off doing it. I'm ranting again. See, I'm just talking to you guys like you're my friends. You are my friends. Okay. So she's been lingering my energy for a few days, and last night she wanted to talk and have a full conversation when I was going to sleep, and I was like, no, wait. But she did tell me her name. She did let me know who she was. I'll let you know about the lionesses. Lioness, so Lionessa, the lionesses, from the Leo constellation. And they are from the star constellation SDSS 172927 in the galactic halo that lies within the Leo constellation. So I actually astral traveled there and met with this starseed race, okay? So origin is Leo, obviously. Warriors, they are warriors. They have been around since the dawn of time, so you could have been a lioness energy of being. Could have started your life off as a lioness, a starseed. Then the base is to defend the galactic center's commandments. So the galactic center is where the Council of the Five, so the Council of the Five are 5 different starseed races that govern and watch over Earth. So the draconians or anything, no harm can be done to Earth. Because if you watch this introduction again, you know about the draconian race, and they're the bad ones. They're trying to take over the universe and rule it. Kind of sounds like something out of He-Man, isn't it? But as I was saying, the galactic center is where the Council of the Five govern and watch over the Earth, basically. And the Lionessa, it's their job to actually be one of the soldiers that fight and protect the galactic center, which is pretty cool, if you ask me. This is some more notes I wrote about my travels and my adventures with meeting the Lionesses. The Lionessa tribe are a predominant female feline race, so they do descend from the felines, which is another starseed race who are for the good of human beings. They are the galactic center's best kept secret against the reptilian armies. That's pretty fab. They have the ability to be invisible. I forgot about this. I've written so much in this book and I've forgotten about each and every little detail that I recorded. They have the ability to be invisible to the naked eye and can creep up on any opponent. They are fierce warriors in battle and will defend for the galaxy for the good. The star SDSS J11029115 and 172927 Cafu star is a population 2 star in the galactic halo scene in Leo. It is about 13 billion years old, making it one of the oldest stars in the galaxy. It has the lowest metallicity, so metal, of any known star. So this is about where they live. They live on Cafu star in the halo around the star system within the Leo constellation. A galactic halo is an extended, roughly spherical component of the galaxy which extends beyond the main visible component. Several distinct components of galaxy comprise of the halo. So that means, yes, they do originate from the galactic halo that lies within the Leo constellation, but obviously when they're called, like when action is needed and they're called upon, they pounce. And they are a best kept secret because they're invisible. How amazing is that? That's pretty special if you ask me. So they're that's what I mean. You may fight along them. You may have originated from them. I'm going to channel with the starseed that's been lingering my energy for quite some time. I'm going to invite her in now. And we're going to find out some more information about what she wants to tell us. So now we're just going to connect and clear the energy. But there's no bad energy here. It's all good. It's all for humankind. It's like one of the best races to be known about. Just close your eyes. Do some breaths with me. Archangel Michael, Victoria, my ancestors, guides, angels, universe, God. Please protect us as we connect with the realm. Please protect and watch over myself and the people at home watching this with a ray of white light and love. Please keep everything positive and let no dark, evil, or trickster objects come in between this reading. Again, please protect us with a ray of white light and love. Amen. Envy. Oh, so the lionessa that has been lingering in my energy for quite some time is called Envy. Her name's Envy. And they don't have any logical feeling of emotions where they're from. So Envy is just the name the universe gave her. So that's pretty cool. That's why I said Envy. Envy. I am now inviting you to come and speak to myself and speak to the people at home. And I now invite you to... Sorry, I had to pause because somebody knocked at the door. Envy, I now invite you to come and talk to myself and the people at home and let us know a bit about your world, what you do, and what you want the people of Earth to know about themselves, about yourselves, about the future. Whatever you want to say, I will let you say. You can have the floor. I will be controlling this interview or this channeling session, however, and I will cut in when necessary. Wow, she kind of talks like... I've only ever heard her say her name before inviting her to channel with us, but she kind of sounds like... talks with a bit of a twang, and it's a bit of an attitude. It reminds me of like an old... You know how you get those old southern movies from like Fried Green Tomatoes or something like that? It's like a southern movie, like a character from a southern movie, and it's like, oh yeah? Yeah, sugar. That kind of... It's really bad. Not bad, sorry. It's really bizarre. It's like a twang, and it's really like, hi, Donna. I'm here. She sounds American, but I know it's just the twang in her voice. It's really cool. So let's enough of me talking. Let's invite her to talk. But I was just giving you a guide on how she speaks. It's like, hi, Donna, I'm here. What do you want to say? It kind of sounds like that, really slow and twangy, and, you know, don't mess with me. Like a sensual goddess, I want to say that, you know, will seduce somebody and then crush them without them having any remorse. That kind of attitude. Loving it, loving it. These are the visions that are appearing in my head as she's just sitting there quietly, waiting for me to stop rambling. Envy, what do you want to say to the people for the group 3? She wants to say she's happy to be here. She's been waiting for the chance to talk. I know, and I'm sorry for keeping you waiting. It's hard to cross here. It's hard to get time away from defending the galaxy. And I'm just really happy because she's like, her energy is so positive and upbeat, and yet if you cross her, she'll just snap you and break you like a twig. That's how it is, and it's like really sassy. I'm loving it. You keep interrupting me. She's like, you keep interrupting me. Love it. I love it. I'm sorry. Okay. It's hard to get here. It's not easy to step away from defending the galaxy. We're called to action a lot nowadays. The Earth's being run rampant by evil. Lots of reptilians have made Earth their home. The good's trying to outweigh the bad, but it's very hard to keep on top of it all. We're exhausted. It's all sleep. No, it's all eat, not sleep, and play. So I think what she means by that is, I think I got the wording wrong there because it's like coming out my head and I'm trying to get it out, and it's like they're just working all the time, always on demand, always being called to action, always just go, 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 go. There's no rest, there's no enjoyment anymore. It's just all like, it's got to a point within our universe that a lot of people are awakening. Yes, that's another reason why I may have picked this pile. But there's also a lot of evil and corruption going on in our government. And, you know, the reptilians are trying to control our world that we live in. They're trying to control everything we do. Democracy is run rampant and wild. And that's why she's like, we are called to action, and they're always on guard. They can never go home to their homeland. It's like going off to war, because they are protectors of the galactic center, and they're always on, you know, call. And it's like a soldier going off to war. Like, they're never at home. They can never be in their homeland and enjoy their home or their families or what they're doing, because they're always needed to defend the galactic center. Okay, so Envy, what's your role within defending the galactic center? What can you tell me about that? I am a soldier of war. I'm always needed on guard. I do take commands from my chief advisor. And I've been missing for days now trying to talk to you. So she's actually taken time off of her duty to talk to me. And I feel bad now because I've made her wait while I was living my human life trying to get this done. So she's been lingering. That's what I mean. She's been lingering in my energy, waiting to connect and talk to you. It's like they gave her leave and she hasn't been enjoying her time on Earth, waiting for me to decide to get off my butt and talk to her. It's like the lioness's tribe or leader, maybe even the Council of Five, gave her leave to come and speak to us to relay an important message. So that's very important to know. That's good to know. You keep over talking me. I don't like it. I'm sorry. I'm trying to connect the audience with that aren't so awakened with, so our 3D audience who are trying to go through their awakenings. I'm trying to make sense of her power and her words and translate it into human talk. So you understand what I'm saying. I hope you understand what I'm doing. I'll be a bit more quiet now. I'm just so excited. It's so exciting to talk with you, Envy. I really appreciate it. So shut up and listen. So shut up and listen. So we're always at work. Don't get much time to leave. Always watching over Earth. Earth is a beautiful, bright blue light from where she sits. She sits on the cusp of the galactic center. Just playfully. It's like there's a cliff and she's sitting on the cuff there. Cusp. And she just sits there dangling her feet. You know, being wary, being invisible. Just looking down at her feet, looking at the bright blue bubble that's down below her feet. And just watching Earth roll around. It looks so peaceful from up here. This is the vision she's given me. She's given me a lot of visuals as well as words. But I think she's more being more visual with me because I keep talking over her. And I'm really sorry for that. I'm just really excited. This is the first for me as well. So I'm very excited to do this interview. This channeling, sorry. She's just very peaceful watching the Earth spin beneath her feet. She is still young. She said she is still a child. So you all work from a young lion cub, do you? We're not cubs. We're born into womanhood. So they're not born into typical baits. They don't have the baby stage. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting to know. They're born straight into, and it's not a traditional birth either. They're just born. The souls are born into, the energy's born into beautiful young women, but tough, beautiful young women who, lionesses, apologies. So beautiful young lionesses who are young and naive, yet still have the energy to tear your hair off in a sec, tear you apart in a second. They're very vicious, but very carefree, loving. But here for the good of humanity and the good of protecting us and protecting our earth. They're a beautiful origin, and I haven't really spent this much time with them before, only a brief moment of time when I was astral traveling, but they are a very beautiful, peaceful, fun, loving origin that I'm very proud to have protecting us. And so are you, especially if you stem from the Lionessa Starseed race. Should be very proud because you feel very protective yet loving. Peaceful, harmony, happiness, awakening. Beautiful balance there. All for the good of human beings. So all for the good of not only the human being race, but your family, your friends. You're very loyal and loving, and that's beautiful energy to have and qualities to have. Back to me now. Oh, you're such a beautiful energy, Envy. Such a beautiful energy. So you're saying you're quite young yourself, and she still has a lot to learn. She sometimes gets in trouble for being a bit too playful and having too much fun, but their training keeps them in line. It's not traditional training like you do see in an army camp. It's more fun and play, but structured. We're born with this fierceness within us that allows us to naturally have the ability to kill. And we don't enjoy killing. But if it affects the human race and it affects the good of humanity, the good of the universe, then it is our job to protect and kill. We only kill in extreme situations. They don't do it as sports. They don't do it out of enjoyment. They do it for the good of the universe. That is all. To protect. Naturally, we're protective. Naturally, we're protective, especially over our young. We do have a mothering system. We do have a mother that is our mother, yet didn't birth us. She's more of a role model. That's beautiful. So there's still that structure of having a mother, but they're not birthed like from the physical body. So they have a mother, yet they didn't come from that mother's body. But they have that bond regardless because they come from that energy, that lineage. That's their family. Even though they don't have the same blood. Energetically, they came from that person. We can even wish to have a young'un, but she will be born not only in our image, from our energy, from our source, but we have to want it to happen. We can't just, it isn't just given, it isn't just handed to them. Once we reach a certain age, we're allowed to decide for ourselves. And some people choose not to even have a young'un, follow their footsteps. It's completely up to you what you do. But we never grow old. Time just goes on, but we do grow more mature and motherly. Time, again, is not a concept in their world. It is a human thing. Government is a human thing. Money is a human thing. And the reptilian army that's controlling and inhabiting and governing Earth is leading it in the wrong direction. That's why we're constantly on guard. That's why we're constantly defending the galactic center. We need more lionesses to take form of humans on Earth and start tackling the reptilian army that lies dormant within the earthly plane. Maybe that's why you're drawn to this video, and to start awakening yourself, and maybe you are a lionessa origin, starseed origin, underneath your everyday human life that you're living, and you're just not awake enough yet to see that. And what I mean by awake is we're living in a 3D world, money, time, currency, government. It's ruling it all. Reptilians are ruling it all, basically. Look where it's leading us. That's why certain starseed races choose to leave their starseed life, reincarnate back on Earth as a human being, but they do lose the memories. They do lose all the memories of their old lives when they do reincarnate. So, and it's all a choice. They can choose whether they want to do this or not. They're not forced to. And this is just logic. This is for every single race. The reptilians have come here. So many different races have come here and are now living on Earth as human beings. I've lived 3 starseed lives before my human life. But some starseed races directly choose to leave their home and come to Earth as a human being. And when we are reborn into our human lives, we do lose all memories of our starseed lives and of our old lives that we've lived. You can reawaken those memories. I can do a one-on-one session with you and reawaken your starseed lives, tell you everything about it, who you were, what your experiences were, what your mission is, etc., things like that. It does take a lot of work, but it is a reading I can do, and past lives I can do. So if you're wanting to explore this a bit further, contact me and we can do an origin reading. We can do all the way back to your origin of energy of being if you'd like as well, your first ever life. But Lioness is saying that they're trying to encourage more and more, especially the lionesses, because they do have the ability to be invisible. And even if you, like, human beings can't be invisible, there are so many people that are invisible and feel invisible within their environments. That quality may still stay dormant with you in your human life. It's very powerful, Reese reading. I'm loving the way it's headed. So they're trying to encourage more starseed races to come to Earth and start their human lives, and but they need to reawaken because they've lost all the memories from the previous life they were living. And once they remember how powerful they were in the life they lived in the past as a starseed, and once they reawaken those memories, life starts transforming, and the work's just beginning, and eventually the good will take over the evil, and we'll have a new Earth run by peace, love and light, rather than corruption, government, money and greed and power. Do you get what I'm saying? That's why this call to action is happening. That's why the worldwide call went out to the universe and said, we need starseeds to come here and be human beings and live a human existence and reawaken and remember who you are and your power, and start awakening and remembering your power and transforming the Earth that we're living in. One day the world will be run by good, not evil. There will be an age of Aquarius. There will be this transformation within the world's structure and systems, and it will go back to simple living. Enjoy the technology while you have it now, because it will go back to simple living. Might not happen for hundreds of years. I may be living three more lives. I may be a great-great-great-great-grandmother, but it is going to happen. The lioness's envy. Sorry, I overtook that again. It's okay. You're saying what I want to say anyway. I just want to protect human beings and start making them see what kind of beauty they can have instead of horrible power, fighting, envy, greed, corruption. Maybe then I can go home a little and spend some time at home with my family. So because the world is so run by corruption right at the moment, there is a greater need for you to give up your freedom, in a sense, and be watching constantly over the earth. Yes, it is a beautiful job, though. But lonely, though. Sitting, watching, missing my mother. But I don't complain. I do my job because I want to protect the human race. I love y'all. That is such a beautiful message, and I think we all need to be grateful and remember the lesson that Envy's trying to say here. You have to live from light and love. You have to promote light and love wherever you go, and try and live in a 5D high dimensional vibration in order to start living and transitioning away from 3D world emotions and the world that we're living in. I've got a knot there, that's annoying me. So you need to start living light, love, happy, peace, balance. Balance is the most important here. And you have to stop living in 3D world like fear, anger, sadness, envy, greed, power. But we do need these experiences and these emotions in order to find that balance and find our way to being appreciative of having the happiness, don't we? Balance is the key here. Balance needs to reign rampant in our lives. We always need to find the acceptance from the bad and then change it and change our lives so we can live in the good. I think this is Envy's message to us. Try and promote high vibrational living constantly, and one day good will defeat evil and defeat the reptilian army that lies within our human lives already. Sorry, I got interrupted again, guys. Alright, so that was quite a beautiful reading, and I hope you got out of it what you needed to get out of it. Again, if you'd like to learn more about your starseed life, let me know and we can connect and we can find out more. But we want to thank Envy for taking time out from her duty of watching over Earth and, you know, watching over us and protecting us and giving up her time in order to govern us and help us. You're welcome. Just call upon me if you ever need me to chat again. Oh, and then that's good to know. The people at home, you can call upon Envy and talk to her whenever you need her. She said she's always there sitting, watching over us. So she may be one of your guides, one of your transitional guides, or just become your friend. Because she is up there sitting, watching over you. And that's quite a beautiful image to have in your head. That is quite a beautiful image. I might even like create that image of Lioness just sitting there watching over us. So I hope you can find strength within Envy's message, and you know, if you're going through a tough time especially, remember who you are, and you might be a lionessa reincarnated onto Earth, and now your job is to wake up and start protecting and rebuilding your higher vibrational self. Much love, take care, bye.